Speak loudly.
It is a building retrofit bill that would create a program to pay people to retrofit their homes, weatherize them, make them more efficient. It addresses many of the provisions of the legislation that you and Senator Snowe have done for years.
Pay them with what?
This would be a grant or rebate program.
See, again, good program, it's going to cost.
It's worth about $4 billion.
That's going to be the problem.
Yeah,
Right now.
It would be so helpful to the overall environment, particularly if it focuses in on the commercial side, because 42%, you guys have to do this, 42% of our energy is used in inefficient lighting. So,
Okay, unless it's funded in some way,
yeah.
I'm likely not going to support it just because of what I said.
Right.
We can't just keep spending.
And I agree with you. I just was hoping that as it moves forward, there'd be ways to find somehow to offset those costs.
Yes. Yeah, let me say one other thing. You know, we all know we need unemployment insurance. California has 12.3% unemployment with 2.5 million people that can't find jobs. It's important. Just to extend it to November is $30 billion.
Wow.
So that's how this all amounts up. And we're in a very hard time, in my view, with respect to starting new programs that cost. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I agree, and the only thing I would add to it is that hopefully it would also create jobs. That would be the main
Right,
component.
understand.
Create jobs.
Understands. Yes.
The research I've done on this says that it's going to have a cost of about $3 billion, but
Are you talking about the same program?
yes,
Okay.
the Energy Future Coalition estimates this bill would lead to 423,000 building retrofits. It would create between 200,000 and 300,000 jobs, and it would save American businesses and consumers more than $3.3 billion annually in energy costs. So
Okay.
it's going to cost to save money, and this is going to far outweigh
Okay.
the cost.
I'll tell you what. You've done a lot of work. Do some more and find out what other program we can cut so that we can replace it with this. Not so easy. Yes.
Your call's on.
Jessie Lorenz. I'm the Associate Director at the Independent Living Resource Center in San Francisco.
Oh, hi, Jessie. Welcome.
I really appreciate the information you gave about entitlements. We work very hard, everyone around this table, to make people with disabilities taxpayers and get them off the public benefit rolls. I want to also point out that next Monday, the 26th of July, marks the 20th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Woo!
The largest... There's definitely reason to clap. The ADA has changed the world in wonderful ways, and I'm wondering if I could ask you to speak to that. Can you talk about the ADA and some of the changes that you've seen over the last 20 years, things that have made our country better?
Well, I'll be happy to.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're very pretty. So.
Well, even though I can't see, I do know that.
Okay. I'll tell you what I noticed. I notice money for handicapped. I notice street cuts. You won't believe it, but when I went into public life, there were no curb cuts. There were no bathrooms where someone in a wheelchair could go in and be able to use the facilities. There was no paratransit anywhere that would be able to pick up and take people who were handicapped to wherever they had to go. There were none of the programs that operated to provide some daycare services. There was no home health programs. These are just the basics. When I began, there was none of this. So we forget, I think, how much government has done to really try to move to be helpful to the disabled community and see that that community is able to be as productive and creative as possible.
Paying taxes.
Paying taxes, right. Yes, in the back.